Hello and welcome back to your Shitter of the Week recap for Dicks Out for Harambe. This is week 10 and I am your, somehow for the first time this year, host, Joe. Week 10. Alright, this is going to be a fun one. 3-7. We all know the state of my team is what it is. So we're just going to get to that first matchup, which, I mean, Curtis, this is just a massacre, man. I mean, playing Call of Duty with you on Monday Night Football, and this dude's rooting for puka catches as he's already up by 85 points. Just shy of the beating me by the 100-point mark. Congrats on that. Is what it is. Considering only two players break double digits, those being Terry McBird, the GOAT, and Debo Samuel. Really, the rest of my team just absolutely fell apart yet again. It was a bad week for Saquon. Single digits. Don't like to see that. I mean, Justin Tucker, that dude's washed. And I'm pretty sure D-Hop used up all of his touchdowns in the previous week. So hopefully you can get a few more this year. Curtis, I mean, what can you say about your team? Joe Burr, 33 points on me, stacked for Chase Brown. I sold 22, and one of my favorite running backs in the league, Bijan, putting up 29 on me. That's, salt in the wound. Puka and Terry didn't even need to have touchdowns to have a decent week. I think they both hit about 17 points. 18 and 16. That was close enough. Bills defense also just great week for you. Hopefully we can bounce back, but yeah, losing by 90? Oh man, yeah, losing by 96 hurts a lot. I can't do math, guys. My bad. I lost by 94. It's just on to next week for me. But that does make Curtis 2-0 against me this year. Divisional games, pretty important for him. Not really important for me. And puts him to 6-4. I mean, he's going to be chasing Owen or chasing a wild card spot. He's right behind him while I'm competing in the Sacco race. Here's footage. Oh, never mind. We couldn't air Curtis's team, what they did to mine. We'd get monetized. Demonetized. Moving on. We have one of the accurately named juggernauts this year. We have Chase playing Tyler. I know, guys, TT. Who could that be? Only like 8 years of the same name. Chase, I mean, you're probably a Swiftie by now. This is Travis Kelce's third week with 20-plus points. Finally looks to be back at his best. George Pickens, I mean, dude makes wild catches. And some other wild plays that aren't exactly beneficial, but they're entertaining to watch. I would love to see that dude get in a fight or two. Tyler, I don't even know what to say about your team this week. I mean, Hurts and Mixon, they were decent. I just realized you guys probably can't see this half of the scoreboard, but that's why I'm trying to go over my words anyway. But I hope you guys can see right here, because it brings into a big question. Tyler started Jaden Reed in this 124-91 point loss. Tyler started someone on a bye, and I mean, are you tanking? Like, I don't get why. You're like second in your division, and your team's not a complete shithole like some of ours. What's up with that, dude? But Chase moves to 7-3, tied for one of the best records in the league, and you'll play Lucas this upcoming week, one of the other people with that record. So big matchup there. Tyler, you're sitting at 6 wins. You need to catch up with Lucas or find that wild card spot, and instead you're starting dudes on bye. So, all right, we've talked about Lucas enough. Now we need to actually talk about his matchup, because this week made me pretty happy. I'm not gonna lie. Only because one of my fellow shitters, Kyle Madden, I didn't think he'd be in the trenches here with me at this point in the year, gets the 127 points to 105 win. All right. Chuba Hubbard, RB1. He's the best running back in the league. No, he's just the only thing the Panthers have, but phenomenal week for him. Strong showings from Marvin Harrison and Laporta. Laporta's been kind of disappointing this year, and Marvin Harrison's been hit or miss, but just decent showings, nothing crazy from him. And Vikings defense did pretty well. Lucas, for your team, you got King Henry. It just wasn't enough. Still got his touchdown. Just the rest of your team didn't show up. You got two guys on there. One has CTE, and the other one's catching balls from the guy with CTE. So what's going on with Tyreek and Tua? Maybe by the end of the year he'll be functioning again. Who knows? Cortland Sutton, also, he had a decent week. Where is he? 19 points from Cortland Sutton. Ramondre Stevenson kind of shit the bed for you. Yeah, that was Ramondre. Okay, I had to double check there. Sorry, lads. But where does that bring your all's records? Oh, yeah, it's a big matchup for a shitter right there. Kyle moving up to 3-7. Moving up to 3-7. That's depressing saying that. And Lucas, once again, 7-3, tied for best record in the league. You've just been shining bright all season, but sometimes shining bright is not always a great thing. Just ask CeeDee Lamb. I'm sure he knows all about that. Moving on to a shitter matchup between Brian and Barrett. Brian with the 122 points to 75.9. Barrett, I really thought we were going to get 3 weeks in a row of you being shitter, but I'm happy I get to take your spot this time. Brian, Calvin Ridley with a 25-point game. I guarantee he bet the over on himself that day. He really popped off. Who else you had? Oh, yeah, Kyron Williams. You're welcome, but he really didn't do anything this week. His touchdowns will come back. Don't you worry. Who else do you have? Oh, yeah, Rachaad White. You're not really having any problems with the hot hands. Rachaad White, despite sharing that backfield, put up a solid week for you with, I think, 19 points is what it was. Yep, 19 on the dot. Barrett, CMC's back. Got that going for you. So there you go. But yeah, 3-7 for both teams. Really, really hot competition for the Sacco this year, guys. Multiple people with 3-7. Could be any one of us. Probably gonna be me or Barrett. No offense, but I think this game could be a real turnaround point for Brian's season. We'll see how he does down the stretch if he's able to claw his way out of there. Sorry, I was a little late on my Calvin Ridley joke. That's my bad. It's 7 a.m, guys. But moving on to Tony and Jonah. Jonah with, I believe, the second largest victory margin. The Brian and Barrett one was pretty close to it. But Jonah with 136 to Tony's 81. Jonah had 3 different running backs on his starting roster all pop off for at least 15 points. Kareem Hunt with the most. I think he got 17. I think, like I can't look behind me or right in front of me. But yes, it'd be 17 points for Kareem Hunt. And Drake London once again showing why he's a top wide receiver this year. You got Kirk Thuggins throwing you, man. Dude's lethal as long as it's not a primetime game. Tony. Your wide receiver is playing well. I guess he stopped making some TikToks. All right. Amon-Ra, one of the shining spots in your roster for a terrible week like they had. Along with Bucky Irving, I was going to say. Probably your 2 best players of last week. And same thing with Rachaad White. It's impressive he's putting up these numbers while splitting the backfield. At least Mark Andrews finally looked like Mark Andrews. Just poor week for him to pop off because the rest of your team really couldn't show up. But welcome to the Sacco race with the rest of us. I feel like I'm saying that for every matchup because we have so many people that are 3-7 this year. All right. Who's going to be the first 3-8? Jonah, with this win, stay top of the division. You only need 2 more wins to clinch playoffs, and I'm really hoping to ruin that this week. I won't lie. Given that this has been taken early Friday morning, we have already seen the results of Thursday Night Football, and so far I like how that's looking. Fun fact. This guy's 3-0 since Call of Duty dropped. Yeah. Yeah. We all thought he'd be awful. Side note, no, he was awful. Not this past week, but the week before. He was god-awful, but it was double XP, so we'll let it slide. And finally, for the matchup of the week, Owen and Lucian. Man, what a story here. What a game. Starting off Thursday Night Football with a 55-point game from Jamar Chase. I mean, that's one of those games you go into the rest of your weekend without a care in the world. You feel like you're on top of the freaking world. I mean, 55 from Jamar, but then Malik and Goddard at least hit double digits. And Fairbairn was your second highest scorer. Your kicker followed Jamar Chase as your second highest scorer. And, you know, you just really hate to see it. It was a close-ass game. Owen pulling out the window 124 to 121. What can you say about Owen's team other than Lamar once again showing why he's QB1? Sonic and Knuckles, they don't even need touchdowns, and they'll still put up decent weeks. I mean, by their standards, it was pretty shitty. But in running back terms, both of them hitting over 12 points, you take it. Can't be too mad. And, yeah, I think only 2 players hit single digits. Let me double check. Yeah. Kicker and K. Dotton. Oh, your 2 Bucks players. Only single digits. But the best storyline here has to be this is a 2.5-year streak for Owen that he's finally broke by beating Lucian. Keeps him top of the division. Will Curtis catch up? They still got to play each other this upcoming week, actually. Yeah, I believe Owen and Curtis do play this week. I'd have to double check that. I'm sure as you guys probably know. And Lou staying at 6 wins. Catch Chase for that wild card. We'll see how that goes. And that is all of our matchups. I'm really bad on this timing, guys. I need a clicker. But I just want to say thank you once again for allowing me to be your shitter of the week. And hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week of fantasy football. Except you, Jonah. And I just want to start off by Saquon. 33 points. Let's keep it up.